Hey everyone, before I get into the video, I just want to show you what comes in the kit. I just bought this recently within a couple of days, like May the 28th, 2012. So get these if you prefer not to use the tips, you want to mold it yourself. You'll get the buffer here where it's rough on every side here, and then you can buff it with the ends. Then you're going to get this little cup to hold your mortar in, acrylic liquid, which is right here. Acrylic liquid. You're going to get this thing that's supposed to help with the smell. I really find that it doesn't make a difference. It's still going to smell either which way. Then here's the glue. And then you'll have the primer, which is nice, keeps your acrylic from lifting. And you'll have the powder, which is all a pretty relatively good size for a powder. This will last you a while. All the different tips, you got a lot of different tips to choose from, and the older version you could just lift it, turn over and lift it up like this, but this one you actually slide open. I don't like it. I don't like that slides open because it gets stuck all the time, but you'll get the emery, all these tips to choose from. The emery board, this is very good. This worked out very nicely. You'll get the brush to put on the acrylic with. I used another brush, but this one works just as well. And then you'll get this to pull back your cuticles or do whatever you want with it. This is a really good kit. You don't need anything extra, like an extra drill bit, sander, like a mechanical one like I have that I'm going to be showing you in the video. You don't need an extra brush. That's the one, that's just my preference. That's the only thing I didn't use was the brush. Oops. The only thing I didn't use was the acrylic brush applicator that came with this, and I didn't use the tips. The tips are good. They worked good last time, and I'm pretty sure they work good now. And if you want to do a French tip, this is a really good system. All you have to do is just put the acrylic on, which goes on real clear, which you'll see in the video, and then wham bam, you're done. You know, it's really easy. I paid about $16 for this kit. That's wonderful compared to all the things, all the stuff that you'll get with it. If you kind of want to, this is a good kit to start off with if you kind of want to do your own nails, or if you're kind of in a crunch, or, you know, budget conscious. This is a good kit to invest in. And then all you have to do is get maybe more powder and definitely more liquid. But it will stink up your house at least for a day. But the professional mortar stunk up my house for several days, so this only stunk it up for about a day. So you want to be in a well ventilated area before you use this kit. So this is what it looks like. Okay, here's what the kit looks like unopened. Kids Complete Salon Acrylic Kit. This is what the front looks like. It comes with 64 tips, both French and regular tips. And here is what the back looks like. Here is the acrylic brush that I used. It's totally preference. I wanted to use this one because I wanted to. You don't need that brush. A brush comes with the kit. Those are the drill bits that come with the drill that I purchased, around anywhere from $7 to $10 at Walmart. I used a lot of Sally Hanson top coats, cuticle oil, base coat, top coat, and nail polish to go along with this kit. You can use any nail polish, any base coat you want. It's totally preference. And of course you'll need a nail clipper in order to help shape your nails. What you want to do, of course, is clip your own nails all the way down and file them and shape them. What I do next is I push back my cuticles, clean around my cuticles. That helps with the acrylic bonding to the nail. Also helps with oil buildup around the cuticles, which also helps adhere the acrylic to the nail. This is preference. This is how I do it, and that's how I do it. The next step you want to do is file down a little bit is your nail bed. You kind of want to create like a rough surface so it helps the acrylic to adhere better to the nail. This is also provided in the instructions that comes with the kit. It tells you to also do this for the acrylic to adhere better to the nail. Okay, this is what the finished product looks like. This is after I've shaped it, cut it down to the shape that I prefer. You can shape it any way you want to, but this is how I've done it. And I've also lightly filed the top of the acrylic tip down so that way it can be a little rough, so that way the acrylic can adhere better to the nail. So I take the brush, I'm going to of course dip it in the liquid, and you might notice that the liquid absorbs in that brush very quickly, so that's kind of a negative. That brush is really too big. I really wish I had gotten a smaller one, but like I said, I'm not a professional. I was just in the store and I wanted to get a separate brush. Okay, so I take the liquid and I'm going to dab it in the powder, and you'll notice that it's really liquidy. I overdid it on the acrylic liquid. I should have drained it a little more. Always have like a little napkin or a tissue, a napkin preferably, to drain the excess fluid. As you see, it's kind of just oozing off my nail. I'm going with the flow. I'm spreading it out the best I can without losing any acrylic liquid and powder. So you notice I'll put a lot of liquid on my brush, and that was just to thin it out, to spread it out a little bit more, so that way it didn't harden too quickly. Now you notice I put some on the tip, and the main part you really need to focus on is the center, where or at least where the tip meets the finger. The tip meets your finger bed, because that's where most of the pressure will be applied when you're picking up things. You don't want it too chunky at the tip, just a little at the tip, and then just a little at the base, so it doesn't interfere with your nail cuticles. But don't panic. You don't have to be perfect. You can always go back and file it down. You'll just have to do more filing if it's more chunky. If it's more thicker, you'll have to do more filing, and that can be a pain in the butt sometimes. But this is in general how I put on the tip. The focus will clear up in a minute. Okay, this is what it's going to look like after it's done. Now remember, I used clear tips. This tip did not come with the kit. So as you notice, it's real clear. And you're going to take your nail file that came with the kit, and you want to use the rough side to smooth it out, take off excess acrylic off the top and around your nails. You need to go all over the top of your nails. Don't be too harsh on your cuticles, because it can cause scraping, which will cause burning and all other kind of uncomfortable feelings. So be careful around your acrylic. Be careful around your cuticles. Go over your nail, go over the top of it, go around the bottom of it, make it as smooth as possible. Okay, this part's pretty much self-explanatory. Just kind of wanted to show you real quickly how I do it. I mean, just go to town to it. It's nice, it's hard by now. Wait, after the mortar has set in, wait a few minutes. I say at least 5 minutes. It doesn't take that long for it to set, but just let it set for a while, and this is what it's going to start looking like afterwards. It's going to be a little kind of opaque, but don't worry about that. Okay, now here's me using the drill that I brought from Walmart. Very inexpensive, anywhere from $7 to $10. I paid $10 for mine, and I saw the other day, at least on the 28th, I saw it for like $8. So real good price. This is a real good way to get the acrylic around the cuticles smoother, to get closer to the cuticles without hurting yourself. It's also good to use around the cuticles if the acrylic dried over your cuticles, which can happen, which has happened to me. It's a good way also to fine tune any kind of rough spots anywhere. I say use both. Use the emery board that came with your kit and use the drill, but you don't need the drill in order to use this kit. This was just my personal preference, okay? Sorry about that, I was adjusting the camera. So this is just an example how I go underneath, I go over the top, I go around my cuticles just to fine tune the smoothness. Like I said, you don't need the drill. Now you want to take the buffer that was provided with the kit and you want to go over your nail thoroughly, underneath the nail, on the top of the nail, on the side of the nails. Now if you feel like at this point that is not as smooth, you can go back with the nail file like I'll be showing you in a few seconds. Go back over your nail that you feel that isn't smooth enough and use the nail file to file it down, and then reapply the buffer. Now next you'll take the end part of the buffer, which is smooth, and you'll take it and go over the nail, and that will give it a smooth buffered clear look. If you do get the drill does come with a little cotton buffer, so that's nice if you don't like to use the end part of this buffer. And that is the finished results.